Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In this video, we will see if the online games should be banned or it should be regulated. Okay, today's Hindu newspaper, that is 16th February 2022. Today's Hindu newspaper, there is an editorial by the heading Gaming and Banning. Okay, it pertains to the online gaming, and now we will discuss this issue. What is the context? Why is it in news? It is in news because of three reasons. Because of three reasons, and we will discuss each one of them. First one, in Karnataka, government had released a notification which banned some of the games that are related to betting and gambling. But the High Court of Karnataka have struck down the such a government order. Okay, this is the first context. Some of the betting and gambling games were banned by the state government, and High Court used its power under judicial review in order to squash such an order. Okay, we will also see what is judicial review and what are checks and balances. Fine. See, in the second context, similarly, what happened in 2021 was the Madras High Court invalidated the similar amendments that targeted online rummy and poker. Okay, this happened with Madras High Court. In Madras High Court invalidated the similar amendment. What was the amendment? The amendment was pertaining to the banning of online games such as rummy and poker. So in both the contexts, you can see the judiciary has taken a reverse view when compared it with the government's view. Okay, this we call it as judicial review. Every law that is passed by the parliament or state assembly will be taken over by the Supreme Court, and it will be challenged or it will be checked for its just and fair nature. Just and fair nature, and it will also be checked for the discriminatory nature, whether it is discriminatory or not. If it is violating the principle of fundamental rights, if it violates the principle of fundamental rights, then such a law will be abandoned or it will be invalidated. The such law will not come into effect. Okay, this is called as judicial review. And the third and the most recent context was the Ministry of Home Affairs on 15th February banned few Chinese gaming apps, including the popular Free Fire. Garena Free Fire has been one of the most downloaded online games in past few years. Okay, including this Free Fire game, Ministry of Home Affairs in its notification banned almost 50 online games. Okay, now we have discussed what is judicial review, what are checks and balances, and also the recent contexts. Okay, what are the types of games? When it comes to the online games, there are two types. We classify them into two types. The first one is the games that are based on skills, and the second one, games that are based on chances. For example, when it comes to examples for games based on skills, you have online chess. Okay, online chess, and also you have heard of MPL and Dream 11. These are called as fantasy games. Okay, all these are the example of skill games, where when you're playing the game, your skills matter. Okay, your knowledge matters, and your knowledge will decide whether you will win the game or lose the game. It is not based on luck for that matter. Okay, when it comes to the games that are based on chances, for example, here you can see a dice game. Okay, you have snake and ladder. For example, snake and ladder, where most of the possibility of winning or losing is dependent on the chance and not the skill. Okay, I think you're getting it. Most of the chances of winning and losing are based on the luck factor, and not the skill factor. These are the two different kinds of games. What is the judicial interpretation based on these two games? Okay, what is judicial interpretation on these two games? We will see it. What is the controversy regarding the complete ban? Okay, when you are arguing in favor of complete ban, okay, when you are arguing in favor of complete ban, you will get many points. For example, online games should be banned because it poses a greater threat to the children. Okay, it increases the screen time and it will also reduce the concentration on their studies. Okay, it will spoil their health, their mental health for that matter. It will spoil the health. Okay, these are many points that you get in order to favor the argument that is the online games should be banned. When it comes to why shouldn't it be banned? Okay, why shouldn't the online games be banned? We will discuss it in few points. The first point, the law that is pertaining to the online games is Public Gambling Act. Okay, this is the act that governs any kind of online gaming and gambling. See here, the year in which this law was enacted is way back in 1867. That has been in colonial times. Okay, this law is said to have colonial legacy, and you will see an archaic law. It's an archaic law. Archaic ka matlab, it's an age old law which is no more relevant to the present context. Okay, and this law will not apply to the skill gaming activities of 21st century because this is an old law and this has no provisions with respect to skill gaming, and this law does not differentiate based on skill gaming and gaming based on chances. Okay, we have discussed two types of games, and this particular act does not differentiate between games that can be played with skill and games that are based on chances or luck. Okay, this is the first argument why the online games should not be banned. Second one, we have discussed this, it does not differentiate between the games that are based on skill and those that are based on chances. Okay, third one, supreme court held skill based games like rummy, horse racing and online fantasy sports are skill based and there is no question of betting or gambling. Okay, betting and gambling are 100% illegal and also immoral. Okay, there is no question of anything that can justify betting and gambling. But when it comes to the games like fantasy sport, for example Dream 11 and MPL, and also rummy and horse racing, Supreme Court said that these games are skill based games and there is no point of chance or luck in this. Okay, and these can't be categorized under betting and gambling. Okay, this becomes very important because this is the view taken by the Supreme Court. Okay, and when you're quoting Supreme Court, make sure you're writing about fantasy sport also, and these fantasy sports cannot be categorized under betting or gambling. This is an important point. And when it comes to the rights issue, okay, it is said that such an arbitrary ban on a particular online game is said to be the violation to the right to privacy. Okay, right to privacy has been under the constitution, under the fundamental rights. Okay, in this context I want you to comment the article number in which the right to privacy has been given. Okay, and this particular question was already been asked in the UPSC prelims examination, so make sure you are aware of the entire article. Okay, and the last point, such complete bans do not tackle the root causes of alleged dangers like addiction and suicides. Okay, we have seen a few games, for example blue whale was such a game which caused many of the students to lose their lives. Okay, it promoted suicides, it created suicidal tendencies. Okay, and the complete ban of such games in the present 21st century is set is not a solution to the dangers like addiction and suicide. Okay, this is the Free Fire, Garena Free Fire that we saw, which Home Ministry banned on 15th February. Recently, this game got banned, but it is still said that in spite of such a ban, this game is still available on the Google Play Store and it is available for the download, and such violations of government order should not be promoted and it should be punished. As usual, we'll see a question that is related to such the issue. Addictive nature of online games is a great threat to young minds. Analyze the statement and also discuss the issue of rights involved in this case. Okay, as I always tell you, divide the question into two parts. The first part demands you to discuss about the addictive nature of online games, okay, and how such an addictive nature of online games is impacting the young minds here are youths and children. Okay, it is also said that the violent games like shooting, okay, like shooting or terrorists, like for example of the free fire where you shoot people, such games are said to create insensitivity towards violence. Okay, young minds, they become insensitive towards violence. Okay, in what all are the other impacts? We have discussed the other impacts of such an addictive games on students or children. This is what you are supposed to write in the first part of the question. Analyze the statement and also discuss the issue of rights involved in this case. I already told you, right to privacy and under Article 19, right to free speech and expression are fundamental in nature, and such rights should not be violated by the government order. So you need to bring about the issue of rights that are involved in this particular case, and if it is asked for 10 marker. I hope you have liked the video. For more such enriching content, please subscribe to Legacy IAS Academy. Thank you. Have a nice day.